Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha Allah, koholimla, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechaha Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the waters for the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to touch on this article in Daily Mail. It says chilling footage shows North Korean teenagers handcuffed in front of a huge crowd at outdoor stadium and sentenced to 12 years hard labor for watching K-dramas, right? So over there, they don't want anything to do with Western society. They don't want any, like South Korea. They understand that South Korea is an ally to America, and basically, they're no more than Americans, just with a different look. You know, they got their little pop singers, they got the movies, but this guy over in North Korea, he's like, nah, that shit destroys the people. I don't want nothing to do with it. And if I catch your ass with any of that shit, and you can be killed over there basically too. So they killing teenagers as well, for smuggling or, watching, looking at, dressing like, getting a haircut like, or any of those South Koreans, man, because they understand that America is wicked as hell. Everywhere that America goes, it causes destruction amongst the people with their democracy, right? So now, a person might say, all right, yeah, we know. This guy's evil as hell. He's wicked as hell. He's going directly into slavery along with all his people anyway. But I wanted to point out the fact that he does have some structure within his country. You know what I'm saying? He has structure in his country. Popping ass. And I'm sure what's happening here in these Americas, man. I'm willing to bet you that shit. All the this that's going on in America, all the shit you can get. America got a court system that's terrible. Millions of people going back and forth to court on a day-to-day basis, man, with this man's stupid ass laws, man. Well, he'll have you come in and put your hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But he's not correcting anything, man. It's just all a money grab. No, over there, this man gets results. And they call the people of the East over there savages too. I think they just, what was that? I'm trying to think, was it Saudi Arabia? One of them countries, they just had like the highest death penalty of the year. I think this past year of most death penalty hookups over there. One of those countries. I can't think exactly where it's at, but trust me, when people see your ass, getting deleted in public, that places some fear on you, man. It keeps your ass in order. See, it brings back to remembrance of what can happen to you if you're stealing, if you taking somebody's shit, if you doing, wrong. See, but this guy over here, he wants to be worshipped. You know what I'm saying? As if he's a god or something like that. But I mean, like I said again, we know he's wicked as hell. But again, I bet you that country got a lot more structure than America. and you Americans, y'all don't want no parts of nothing like this, right? Well, let me read some of it. It says chilling footage has emerged showing two North Korean teenagers being sentenced to 12 years of hard labor for watching K-dramas. The rare footage, which is said to have been filmed in 2022, shows the two 16-year-olds being handcuffed by uniformed officers in front of hundreds of students at an outdoor stadium. So they're doing this in front of all the rest of the students. Like, we're going to show you, we're going to make an example. The youngsters were arrested for not deeply reflecting on their mistakes after they were caught watching South Korean television, which is banned in North Korea, along with K-pop music. They don't want nothing to do with that shit, man, because they understand what it causes. That a bunch of damn demonic shit, man, comes with that music and stuff, man. It says the clip shows the two boys wearing gray uniforms standing in front of a panel of officials, and they were sentenced to 12 years of hard labor. And when they say hard labor over there, they mean just that. They mean just that. They ain't no sitting around. You gonna work and you gonna work goddamn hard. It says a sea of young students all of whom were wearing face masks and matching uniforms, or are seen watching the two youngsters as they are handcuffed and taken away. And see, a lot of these people, they be trying to make it to America so they can be free to fucking self-destruct. Because that's all that America is about. They say freedoms, all these liberties, but it's really just freedom to self-destruct. There's no structure here. There's no rules, really. There's no discipline. He got his little jail system, his little court system, but when it comes to straight judgment, real judgment, nah, man, there's nothing like that going on here in the Americas. It says footage from inside the hermit nation is rare, with Kim Jong-un's and North Korea's forbidding the release of any video or photos of life in the country from being shown to the outside world. And here you go, you can see the picture of all the the young adults here, because that's what they are. They gonna come through. They gonna have kids, and the cycle continues, right? It says, yet the clip obtained by BBC from the Sand Institute, which works with the North Korean defectors, was reportedly shown to North Koreans as a warning of what would happen to them if they watched decadent recordings. In the educational video, a narrator can be heard parroting state propaganda. Referring to South Korea, they said, the rotten puppet regime culture has spread even to teenagers. They are just 16 years old, but they ruin their own future. Foreign media, particularly anything deemed to be Western, see that, is strictly prohibited in North Korea, which brainwashes its population to support the ruling regime. Well, they can say brainwashing all you want, but what does America do? Brainwashing a bunch of goddamn idiots to self-destruct. Straight up. It says, in the past, youngsters who watched or distributed K-dramas would be sent to youth labor camps after they then be in jail. But in 2020, North Korea imposed a sweeping anti-reactionary thought law that made enjoying South Korean entertainment punishable by death. So if you got caught with that shit, man, hey, your ass getting that business, man. It says in December 2022, it emerged that 2 teenagers in North Korea had been executed by firing squad for watching and selling films from the South. See? They ain't got no problems placing your ass up against the wall and letting go. The pair, both boys thought to be aged between 16 and 17, were shot on an airfield in front of a terrified locals in the city of H.I.M on the border with China back in October 2022. Through news of their deaths only emerged two months later. A third boy of the same age was executed alongside them for murdering his stepmother. Okay, so you do got shit. Like I said again, you got shit going on, but this stuff is rare. They cutting your ass down. You done killed your stepmother. They gunned his ass down right along with the K-pop niggas. It says what locals told the crimes were equally evil. So they killed. So basically, they're saying to kill your mom or family member, stepmom or whatever, is equally evil as watching a damn movie, man, from another country. That's crazy. It says 2 sources were forced to watch the execution, confirm what had happened to Radio Free Asia. Yep, there you have it, man. Hey, 12 years of hard labor, boy. That's woo-wee. By the time they get out there, them 16-year-olds, motherfuckers gonna look like 60-year-olds. One said H.I.M residents gathered in groups at the runway. The authorities put the teenage students in front of the public, sentenced them to death, and immediately shot them. Kim Jong-un views South Korea as an American puppet state and is sensitive to any of its media crossing the border. But despite strict controls, such items are often smuggled into the country on USB drives or SD cards. Well, man, you're taking a real chance, boy, just to see some of this bullshit. But that's the wine of America. That's the wine of Babylon the Great, man. These people are so goddamn stupid. America has influenced the world into being so damn stupid that you will risk your life to see some of their bullshit. It says these are typically brought over the border from China and then bartered among North Koreans. The ruling communist regime uses informants recruited from the general population in order to catch those selling the drive. So it can be your damn mama, your daddy, somebody just you thinking everybody cool, and they spying to see if you see if you out here watching or selling these movies or listening to this damn music. It says in the case, and when you see these people too, when you see them on TV, Because I be watching Euro News. Hey, these people be praising this guy, man. When I did, they be clapping hard as hell, man. Big stupid ass smiles. You know it's all for it's just fake as hell. But they do it to make it seem as if, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, because if you don't smile, you not clapping, they gonna pull you to the side. You better believe that. You not clapping your ass off, man, and praising this guy, they gonna pull you to the side, man. Anyway, it says such executions are rare in North Korea, but not unheard of, and are typically used to terrify people into obedience when authorities are worried about rule breaking. North Korea youth caught watching foreign movies face being sent to a disciplinary labor center. Let me see here. A second offense means being sent to a correctional camp for 5 years along with their parents. See, they'll grab you up and your parents up as punishment for failing to discipline their children. So you can get your parents fucked up over there, right? But anyone caught distributing or selling South Korean movies can face the death penalty, even if they are minors. It says it was reported that a North Korean man was shot by firearms squad for illegally selling South Korean films and music. The father, whose surname was Lee, was arrested before being executed in front of his family, who were forced to watch. Yeah, so there you have it, man. And going through the comments, you already know these dumbass Americans. They don't understand rule. They don't understand discipline or reproof. But guess what? The reason why I wanted to touch on this article is because there's going to see when the new kingdom comes, it's not going to be all fun and games for these people, man. All the shit that America deems to be fun, that shit is going to be against the law. They're not going to be able to do any of that stuff, man, when our kingdom comes, man. And I pray that I'm a part of that, man. Like, for real, See, we're getting a taste and getting used to discipline and reproof right now, and understanding order right now. See, these people, when things hit the fans, when the Lord comes, they're not going to be. That's why they're gonna have to be ruled with an iron fist, man, because they're not gonna want to obey. But there's gonna be situations where they're gonna see up close and personal what happens when you disobey. Right? They're gonna see. And I just brought up a couple of scriptures, to show where the Yahweh had rules and regulations in the law, where a person, hey, if they done a certain thing, and they were to be put to death, to put fear in the people to not do it. So, but let's get this one right here. Let's see here. Deuteronomy, I'm going to go off into it a little bit. Deuteronomy 17, let's start at verse. Man, look, it's so much. It's just so much in here. It straight comes down to it. Whew. Really got to kind of get it all. Let me start from the top. Deuteronomy 17:1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish, or any evil favoredness, for that is an abomination to Yahweh thy power. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, and transgressing his covenant, and hath gone and served other gods, and worshipped them, either the sun, or moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have not commanded, and it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought in Israel, then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman, which have committed that wicked thing, unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of the chariots, baby, 144. It says, but let me start that back from 6 again. At the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses, shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death. The hands of the witnesses shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hands of all the people. So thou shalt put the evil away from among you. So see, that's a way of evil being put away from the children of Israel. The witnesses had to first off, throw the first damn stones, man. And they got to be, it wasn't like how it is now. Oh, I don't want to. I can't do it. I don't want to be a part of this. Nah, you had to get down. You had to get down. And trust me, being stoned back then was something serious, man, because you had a whole, man, no telling how many people throwing a damn rock at you at one time, man. Hundreds of them. Splitting your wig, man. You trying to deflect, motherfuckers' fingers being broken, wrists being broken, hands being, your arms, and because you trying to put your hands up to your head and face to try and protect yourself, and then eventually it just comes to a point where you catch that one, that two, them three to four, five, whatever amount, straight to the damn wig, you out of there. And you best believe people that seen that was a talk. That wasn't like something that people just went home and a day or two talked about and it was over with. No, that was some shit that you thought about for a long, long time. And anytime a person that popped up and tried to do some shit like that, guess what? They remember, hey, look, nah, that's such and such happened to such and such, man. I'm not doing that. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. This is Deuteronomy 19. Let's see, it might be the same thing. No, this is a different law. Let's get this one. And this right here, it says, if a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong. So we have laws against lying on people, man. See, in America, you know a lot of people get away with that shit. They go back and forth to court on a day-to-day basis with a lying ass judge sitting there giving out judgment. He's a damn liar. The damn lawyers are liars. You know what I'm saying? Just living a life of lies, and they're the ones standing there. So this wouldn't have been in the ancient days, man, right? If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him with that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, Yahweh, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition. So you're supposed to be basically an investigation. And behold, and see, this is where the so-called white man gets a lot of his stuff from. It's just that he doesn't follow the Bible, really. He has some set up, but he doesn't actually follow the scriptures, man. Because if he did, he would be giving out judgment according to the scriptures. Instead of housing a motherfucker for 40, 50 years, feeding and clothing him and all this shit, and then he's up for parole every 25 years, and then when he turns 75 years old or so, that's when you want to give his ass the electric chair. But you done fed him all this time. You done took money from the taxpayers to keep this guy alive. Why not just go ahead and get at him soon as you know that he's guilty, right? It says, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness, and hath testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. See? So if this guy was thinking that, you know what I'm saying, he told a lie and said that, you killed somebody or whatever the case may be, you stole or whatever amount of time that you're supposed to have been getting, you know what I'm saying, that shit turned back on you. If it was something that was punishable by death, then you would be put to death if they found out, you know what I'm saying, that your ass was lying, right? Okay, so let's go to another one. Deuteronomy 21 and 21. Let's see here. Whoo, hey, this right here is for these badass kids. This is for you badass kids. See? And that's why, see, this North Korean guy, president, leader, whatever his title is, he's basically like a king, so to speak. But hey, if these teenagers, hey, look, it's nothing, man. The Lord was putting having kids put to death, or they call them kids because these are young men. You know, at that age, you're considered to be a young man. In America, they calling these fuckers kids, man. Treating these fuckers like, 3-year-olds until they turn 21. No, that wasn't like that in the scriptures, man. So let's start at verse 18. Deuteronomy 21 and 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, or chastised him, or disciplined him, so to speak, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. And the scriptures talks about being stubborn, stubborn or rebellion. Stubbornness or rebellion is basically similar to witchcraft. And the scriptures talks about suffer not a witch to live. It says, he will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. See that? You think the kids gonna get out of hand when they find out little nigga Jay got stoned to death? No, them young men gonna remember. They gonna get it together. And it depends on how old you may have been at that particular time too, because it says all the men of that city. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm not sure what the age was as far as that particular time, but shit, it could have been as young as I know. As far as the military in the Book of Numbers, was 20 years old. But it was the talk of the town. I'll put it that way. It was the talk of the town. And the crazy part is your parents had to bring your bad ass to the elders for it to happen to you. And that was to purge away that damn evil, man. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Deuteronomy 22 and 21. Let's see what this one says. Okay, this is going off into your adulterous ass women. And you adulterous ass men, I think. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Now this is going off into basically, being a virgin was very serious. When a wife was given to you, as far as from a father to a husband, so to speak, it was a pretty much a money transactional type of thing. So if a father agreed to giving his daughter to a man and she wasn't a virgin, that was very serious. That was wasn't none of that ass clapping, all this FaceTiming and damn OnlyFans and being out here, man. No, that wasn't happening back in the ancient days, right? But let's I gotta get a little bit of it. Gotta get from there. We start at verse 13. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, so he may have gone into her just like I ain't feeling her, and give occasion of speech against her. Basically he's speaking evil of her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, which basically he's saying she wasn't a virgin, somebody that already had done hit. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. That would be like this, like basically like a sheet or a spread. You know what I'm saying? Where, I've actually, when I worked at a casino one time, and I can remember some small hats, some so-called Jewish people, had rented out the hall, and they actually had a tent in there, for this marriage, and they actually had sex on the spot. All these so-called Jews standing around with the champagne glasses. Everybody was all quiet, and then the guy hit her real quick, and it came out, and they had that sheet in the air, and they had her blood on it because he had just what they call popper cherry, so to speak. And that was that token of her virginity, because she had that blood was on there. You see what I'm saying? So that was what was done in the ancient days. You know what I'm saying? And that was your token. And the father and mother would keep that. You know, they would fold it up. Basically, that was something sacred. I mean, or, something that, that they would keep safely, like, in a safe, so to speak. Like that was something that they to prove that my daughter was a virgin. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, and another thing too, that's what happened with Mary when it talks about our forefather Joseph not putting her away privately, him putting her away privately. You know what I'm saying? Because Joseph and Mary had sex. That's another lesson. But they had sex, and she didn't have that token of virginity, so she could have got stoned or killed. That's why it goes off into him putting her away privately, because she wouldn't have had that token, because because the Spirit came upon Joseph and Mary to have sex, man. It wasn't no Holy Spirit came down and the Lord, he came down off his throne and committed adultery with Joseph's wife, man. Come on, bro. Scripturally, she wouldn't have had that token. She wouldn't have had any. That's why it says that he wanted to put her away privately, so that nobody see her like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at that particular time, had somebody had seen Mary and she out here with a bubble, she got that bump on her. You're like, oh, hey, what the fuck going on here? The daughter of your daughter has committed adultery or harlotry in the community. Hey, that was a serious offense back then, right? That's another lesson though. We'll have to go into that a little further. But verse 16, it says, and the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her, and lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid. And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. So he got the evidence. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin in Israel. So it cost you a lot of money to lie like that back then. 100 pieces of silver, man, was no light thing. And she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. But if this thing be true, check it out now. But now she gave that thing up to somebody else. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of her virginity be not found for the damsel, see, this is what would have happened to Mary, because they wouldn't have had no tokens of virginity, because they didn't have that particular ceremony, right? Because ain't no telling how it happened, just me speaking as a man, hey, because I'm sure Joseph was older than her. He's probably kicking it with her, talking with her. They was probably, fooling around. Hey, things been going on for a long time, man. Hey, people, these laws, statutes, and commandments are not there for nothing. The Lord knew that that people would be doing these things. So when you think of Mary and they think of the virgin birth, you just be thinking like, she was just this sweet little innocent little girl type of deal, though she was a virgin, you know what I'm saying, before Joseph got at her. But you just never know, man. The Holy, the Spirit, man, probably got on them. They was probably messing with each other, laughing, giggling, hugging, somewhere where they ain't had no business. She done met up with him somewhere or something, and he hit. It just is what it is, man. Okay, but anyway. So if this thing be true that she's not a virgin, right? It says, verse 21, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of the father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. See that? So shalt thou put evil from among you. See? That was a horrible thing back then, man. See? Here's another one, verse 22. If a man be found lying with the woman married to an husband, then shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. See? And it goes off into a number of things, man. But that day, that sexual, well, that would have been This one right here is another one. Deuteronomy 24:7. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, which is kidnapping, and maketh merchandise of him, and selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. See? This will put evil from among you. And that's the point that I wanted to get. I'm going to end out there. But there were law, and these laws are coming back, because the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be written on the minds and hearts of the Israelites. That's what the first and second, that's what the new covenant is about. When you go up into Hebrews chapter 8, I think starting at verse 7 on down, it's going off into the new covenant, where the law, statutes, and commandments will be written on the minds, hearts of the Israelites, not these other nations. These other nations, they're still going to be, just kind of roaming about earth, and they're going to have to learn the ways of the Israelites. They're going to have to learn the ways of the scriptures, man. And they're not going to want to do it. So a lot of them are going to be put to death. Straight up, man. We'll see how everything is going to play out. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know all the details. But they're going to be living by those laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So all this party, the woman being able to get dressed and put on some fucking makeup, and her ass cheeks is out and her tits is out, and she's out at 2, 3 in the morning just bar hopping, and no, all that shit going to be over with. She going to be at the house doing womanly things like cooking, sewing, taking care of the children. It's not going to be she's going to be fully covered. Nobody's going to be able to see her ass like how we're seeing them now. It's not going to be damn, we catch your ass with some drugs. Some of these countries, you can get the death penalty for drugs. See? And you'll have America talking about how inhumane. There'll be, democracy this, democracy that is so inhumane. No, these people not playing that shit in these other countries, man. They got more order than America. See, the so-called white man, he done fooled everybody into thinking that he knows how to run shit, when in reality, everything that he touches is weird, man. He produces a bunch of goddamn weirdos. Look at America. Look at the earth. Look at the people look at the countries that's actually following America's footsteps, man, in their democracy. They're all trash. The crime is retarded. It's all trash, man. The food is horrible. You got a bunch of fat, out of shape ass people. Obese as hell. All the children out here, 300-400 pounds, man. Here you got 12, 13-year-olds having heart attacks and shit like that now. Cancer is rampant. This is all from this man's rule. But anyway, another lesson. You can do a part 2 to this, baby. Almost there. But anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.